What is going on, guys? Hasher here. Welcome to episode 3 of the Max Ironman series. So obviously this series brings us to Barrows. Spent about a week doing it. Had some pretty good drops, but you'll see that later. I had to kind of cut it a little bit early. Had to work on a few more hard requirements and knocked out some more on the way there. Other than that, I think I was having like more of a supply issue. I did end up running it about 83 times, I think. Just running out for prayer potions and super restores, which I have the throne going, so I'm kind of doing that passively to make sure I can get, more supplies and resources for that, as well as just the general Slayer grind to get that 72, collecting herbs along the way. Actually, let me go and bank this stuff real quick. But yeah, other than that, it was an eventful week. I've been pretty busy with school and whatnot lately, so dealing with all that as well as making these videos. But other than that, I would say it was definitely a big win. Some good uniques and collection log stuff from there. So other than that, let's hop right into the video. Well, before we get into Barrows, there's a few things you have to talk about. So there's a couple ways of getting there. One, you have the Shades of Morton minigame teleport, which you can cast it, and it gets you pretty close to Barrows, but with a catch. It has a 20-minute cooldown timer, just because it's a grouping teleport. And then you have the Fairy Ring teleport, which is located just south of Mauritania, and you can do that and run all the way over to Barrows, and you can do that, quite a bit, as long as you have the RD Cloak, right, to get to a Fairy Ring. But again, that's going to take quite a bit of time. So what I'm going to do is finish the Mauritania Hard Diary and get to Mauritania Legs 3, which with this will give you the Bird of Rot teleport, and you can see how you can just run up right up through there, through Bird of Rot, all the way to Barrows, and it has unlimited teleports, which is awesome, along with using Ring of Duelings to get to the Ferrex Enclave to refresh, rinse and repeat. So with all that being said, gonna go ahead and knock that out, and yeah. So I got all the items from Mauritania Hard. I'm gonna go ahead and complete that, and yeah, I'll be right back. Well, completed the Mauritania Hard, got the legs, ready to start this grind. Hey, there we go. Alright, Ferrex Flail, I'll take that. Sweet. Nice, dude. I got the Guthin's chain skirt. Dude, I'll take that. That's it for the Barrows for now. Definitely going to be doing it in the future. Just going to take a quick break on it. Ran out of supplies, so checking the throne right now. As you can see, I do have a plan though. I want to get 75 crafting, and how I'm going to do that is, well, my initial plan was to get 76 magic from Barrows, and then from 76 to 77 magic, I'll be doing Mage Training Arena to unlock the Bones to Peaches, because it's needed for a Lumbridge Hard Diary. And you roughly get about 130k magic XP just from getting it like that. And then and that'll bring me to 77 magic, which I can use the lunar spellbook to make this superheat glass, and that should get me to 75 crafting to get an Amulet of Glory. Again, I feel like I'm way too late in the game to not have that, so I'm going to be unlocking that, which will be nice for the account, obviously. So I'll have to get buckets of sand through the quarry, which mining sandstone, and I think I need about 11,600 buckets of sand, and then I'll just be doing that all the way till 75 to get that glory. So yeah, I'm gonna get into it. So since I've been on it with doing the dailies for seaweed, I have about 2.2k giant seaweed, which is just that's plenty to get to 75 crafting. So what I need is the buckets of sand. So I'll be here till I get 11,600, and yeah, I'll just be going at it. By the way, I found out this tip from Saturn OSRS. He had his strategy where he used baskets of strawberries for the graveyard section of the mage training arena. It made it so much helpful because you can bring in the baskets, and since you get damaged, the strawberries can heal up to 5. So I was bringing in about 3 baskets, so in total it's 25 HP, which pretty much prolongs your time in the arena. And yeah, so definitely shout out to him. Appreciate that. Made this a lot easier and more bearable down here. But other than that, yeah, should be getting the Bones of Peaches here in any second. Alright, Bones of Peaches is done. Time to get 75 crafting. There's 75 crafting. Now that I have that, I need to head over to Edgeville and kill some hell rats to make the spicy stews using the orange spice. And that will get me the +5 boost to 80, and I'll make a few glories and should be good to go. So head over there now. Alright, it's time to do this. So I am kind of a little nervous about it because this could be a grind, or I can get lucky and get it on first try. So we'll see how this goes. I got the Hellcat here from the house. It is overgrown though, so we'll see how that goes. I think with the overgrown, I'm not too sure on this, the statistics between all the cats. I think it just has more health, but doesn't, like, less attack or something like that, which I can definitely tell this is gonna take a minute. So yeah, I did get a couple though. I have 6 dragon stones I had in the bank. I'm just going to make them all into glories and then head over to the Fountain of Heroes and make sure to get all the charges that I need. I did get, what is it, some charged dragonstone jewelry scrolls, which are really nice, but I'll pretty much be saving those for when all of my dragonstone stuff becomes 0 charges. So that would be nice for the future. I do have 14k Karamjis. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Definitely not. But apparently they're like one of the best food to use for this. I remember, actually, funny story, when I was a kid doing this back in the day, my cat actually ended up dying because I couldn't figure out that you had to use the fish on the curtain, you know, rather than, because I was using it on the cat, you know, and I think it just says nothing interesting happens or try using the curtain or something. But I think back in the day, it didn't really tell you that. I think it just said nothing interesting happens. Nowadays, it'll give you a message saying try using it on the curtain. But yeah, my cat is getting his ass kicked right now, it looks like. Yep. I don't know. It'll be nice to have these glories though. I mean, I think probably the best thing of not using the, or at least for like the teleport wise, because you can teleport to Draenor, Alcarid, and what else? Edgeville. I think there's a fourth. I can't think of it off top right now. But you can use the Explorer's Ring to do the cabbage teleport. It's kind of what I've been doing lately to get to Draenor. With the hard diary, you can get unlimited, so that's kind of nice for a budget glory. Not too bad. Nice. Okay, there we go. Huge upgrade for the account. 6 glories, 4 charged. You can't get the 6 charge if you go to that Fountain of Ruin out in the wilderness, but definitely not going to be doing that until I get really comfortable with like Dragonstones. So I think that kind of concludes it for episode 3. Trying to think of what to do for episode 4. I think I might be doing the Slayer grind. Maybe get the construction up. Gonna get those base stats to just keep, knocking out these diaries. But yeah, I appreciate it. I guess that's it. This concludes it. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you guys later.